Hello there, and welcome to Tactical Advantage, where every view gives you +2 +2. I'm here with Seth from Beyond the Dune Sea. How you doing, Seth?
Hello, I'm doing all right. Thank you for letting me be on your show, Nathan.
My pleasure.
hmm
Anything particularly exciting going on today?
well, I did just get back from playing locals at in my hometown.
How did it go?
It went all right. Unfortunately, Seth did not fare very well. I borrowed a deck. It was blue green Luke, and I played against a bunch of aggro again.
Okay.
And I did well. I never got blown out, but I could never finish the game. My whole strategy was um, wait for that U-wing reinforcement,
hmm
and that was what the deck was, and put shields on guys. And yeah, overall, everyone and it didn't make me feel any better because people were like, "Wow, this is your first time playing this? You're doing a really good job." And I'm like, "You're still beating me." They're like, "You're not making me feel any better."
Yeah. Rub some salt in that.
Exactly. That's where it's just like, run it back. Let's go again. Like, this is so stupid. But yes. So yeah, that's what I've been up to today. How about you?
I also just got back from a little tournament. It was a store showdown, and I did
Oh,
not win, but I came in second. So it
hey,
was a pretty good day.
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Added some aces. I was playing Boba Blue,
Okay.
and the first two rounds were against Sabine Yellow, then a
Mm-hmm.
Chewy Red, and then I lost to a Leia Red in the finals. It was a
Yeah,
good
I,
day.
I played against a Tarkin, a Leia, and a Sabine. Like uh, it was the aggro combo.
Well, let's tell folks a little bit about why we're here. Uh, Welcome. Thank you for joining. So, we're going to talk about Star Wars Unlimited every so often. And Seth, I hope you can join me as often as possible.
I will be here when I can, sir.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I think it'd be a good mix because I'm pretty focused on competitive gameplay. I think I also enjoy just playing a bunch of casual decks and weekly play. And Seth, you just always keep things fun. So, you know, that'll be
Yes.
perfect. That'll be perfect.
Yes. What a combo.
Yeah.
What a combo. I can be your I can be the color commentator. So I know how the game works. I don't win very often, but that's okay. I have
Well,
fun. Yeah.
I
hmm
I don't think we need to tell folks our whole, how we got here thing, but I did want to show them we've been doing this for a while.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
So
There
here we
is
are.
there is young edge lord me.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
time. All in
Man.
all.
Do you know how long ago this was? I mean, this has got to be like the first set of the Wizards of the Coast Star Wars miniatures game, right?
I don't think it's the first set, is it?
I
Uh,
don't know, but it's a while ago. We've been playing
it
Star Wars card games and miniatures games for a long, long time.
yes, I would say that's at least 20 years old.
I certainly believe it.
Yeah.
So today, to keep things a little on the lighter side, since we're just doing this for the first time, we're just going to talk
Okay.
about some of our favorite cards
Ooh.
from set one.
Yeah, what's nice is there's only one set out, and that's Spirit of Rebellion. So that it won't be too complicated today.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll get into some previews later, but
Yes.
why don't you tell us what's your fifth favorite card?
Oh gosh. Oh, okay, good. I'm happy that you have it up. I did. Oh goodness. Okay. So my fifth favorite is Han Solo. He's a unit. So that means he's one of your little one of the guys that's fighting for your side and trying to either destroy your opponents or destroy their or do damage to the base. Um so what I really like about Han is just the fact that he always shoots first. So what Han has, he has ambush, so that means he comes out as soon as he hits the board, he gets to attack somebody, and his damage happens first. So most of the time in Unlimited, the attacks kind of happen at the exact same time, and then both both cards damage each other. But if Han damages and kills the opponent, they don't even get an attack. So he gets to shoot first. And I just feel like, man, that is fluffy. That's a Seth kind of card. All about that.
The theme is good. The mechanics are good.
Yes.
I like it.
I like that that the Han leader can cheat it in a little bit earlier. I just there's a lot of utility with it, I feel like.
Have you ever put this in a deck that wasn't using the Han Solo leader?
It's in my Twin Sons deck.
Okay, that's fair.
But that's it. I was gonna say that I feel like, again, you wanna cheat him out faster because he's got decent stats. So he can, especially if you bring him out 2 turns earlier with the leader. That, I mean, he can deal with a lot of turn 5 units pretty easily.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I love him in a Han deck. I haven't used him anywhere else, and it's too bad because most cards that I've pulled like out of booster boxes, I got pretty close to a complete playset and not that many extras. I think I have like 6 extra Hans in my binder.
Wow. Okay.
Nobody needs because he's in the starter deck.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, here I've not seen very many Palpatines, which is interesting. It's weird how the cards are kind of distributed, as opposed to, the Midwest, as opposed to like the East Coast and the West Coast and stuff like that.
I think I've got a few, but I've got way more Hans and Relentless for the starter deck rares than anything.
Interesting.
I do use Obi-Wan in pretty much every blue hero deck. So
I mean, he's really good. Who doesn't want that wizard out beyond the Dune Sea?
That's right.
Yeah.
And speaking of blue hero, I picked Redemption as one of my favorite cards. I don't think this one sees a whole ton of play, but it is amazing. It's a 6/9 Sentinel for 8 that when played, you can heal up to 8 damage from your base or units in play and put it on Redemption. So a lot of times it comes in, heals a bunch, and then dies. But I think you might notice a pattern with some of the cards I picked, but I think this is like an amazing stabilization card, right? So if you can get to 8, you can basically, cover a few turns worth of damage. You can heal your Sentinels. Usually I'm healing my base, and it's great. And I did not pick Sneak Attack as one of my favorite cards, but I love playing yellow, blue to sneak this in, heal for 8, and then if they can't kill it in their next action...
Oh, it's going to die anyway.
Yeah, it's going to die anyhow, right?
Wow, so, that's crazy. That's like the other trick I've seen with Sneak Attack is to do it with the Super Laser Technician. Because as soon as it dies, then all of a sudden it goes to your resources anyway.
Yeah.
So good. Hey, my light died. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Okay, sure. So yeah, I mean, Sneak Attack, Super Laser Tech is awesome, right? You can do it on turn 1. But this card is basically a 14 damage swing if you Sneak Attack it out on Resource 7 because you get the heal and you get to attack for 6. So I love it. I use it in a Luke yellow deck that I think is pretty sneaky. A lot of folks don't realize quite how good the top end of that deck is.
What I don't know if you mentioned this or not. So this was in the deck that I was playing today. And what's fun is, so you U-wing reinforcements, you get Luke out, then you play this on the next turn. And so, yeah, just to heal your base or heal, because it can heal off a unit too, right?
It can.
Okay, yeah, exactly. And then what's nice is I was running into a lot of space today. So it was nice to have another, like, all we had was, before that, it was, what's the 4-drop? Is it Home 1? Or is that,
the system Patrol Craft?
No, the blue 4-drop that has Sentinel. And when you, it's a green card.
Oh, Bright Hope.
Bright Hope, yes, sorry. That Bright Hope was the only thing that I had protecting my space. And then this was a nice, follow-up to it. Unfortunately, it was a while later, and I don't know why. Well, that's it, is that I didn't have a whole lot of stuff in the space arena. So people were coming after me there today.
Yeah, it shores up a lot. That's for sure.
Yes.
Let's go back to you.
Oh man, how good does this feel? So this is Power of the Dark Side, and oh my gosh, so I like to play aggro, but this is like the anti-aggro card. I feel like that it is just like I just like it when cards make decisions hard for your opponent. And oh my
Mhm.
gosh, this at the right time, chef's kiss. Like if they are pumping up one character and it's like, hey, you got to pick between two units. Or no, isn't it just they pick something and it dies? I'm
Yep.
sorry. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. That yeah, if they have 1 to 2 units, it's perfect. Especially if they have just one unit, bye bye, goes away. So that's just great against that aggro where first turn they play something, then you play this on the next turn. It's like bye bye to that one thing that they played. So now it's back to square one.
Yeah.
So,
If you hadn't picked this card, it would probably be my favorite card.
oh really? Wow. Okay. For the same reasons.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Yes.
You know,
I
keep the rest of the board in control, and this kills leaders for 3. I
Yes,
mean,
because
it's amazing.
because it's a unit. So when your leader's on the field, it's a unit technically. Uh, what I like, and also that card art is just fire.
It is pretty sweet.
Yes, I mean who doesn't love Vader choking somebody out?
I
So
have I have 2 hyperfoil Power of the Dark Sides. I need to pick up one more.
gotta get another, huh? Oh, what's your next one?
Force throw.
Keep it on that Vader train.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I love how versatile this card is, especially right now. I think there's a lot of control heavy decks. Well, at least in Colorado. In your neck of the woods, it's not.
Yeah.
But around here, everybody is playing blue. And this card is great. You choose a player, that player discards a card, and that by itself can be good, right? To take your opponent's super laser blast, for example. Um, and it works pretty nicely if you can get a little other discard going, right? With K2 or Forced Surrender and stuff like that, maybe Spark of Rebellion. It works really well that way. But the kicker is if you have a force unit that you control, then you get to deal damage equal to the cost of the discarded card to a unit. And that can just be a blowout, right? So you get
Mm-hmm.
Ezra on the field, or you get Fifth Brother, or even a little, the 2-cost Guardian of the Wills. Then you drop this. You're stripping your opponent's hand and killing their unit at the same time. But what I love about it even more is you can target yourself. So if your opponent deploys Darth Vader, you force throw redemption at him, and he's dead.
Yep.
It's a great card. I
It
really,
is.
really like
It
it.
is very very good, and also that cost. I mean you can't beat that. I mean
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's great for 1, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's great at 3. I played it out of aspect all the time.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Okay.
It's a good
All
card.
right. Hit me with my next one.
All right.
So Mr. Bob A. Feet. Okay.
I was gonna
So
say it if you didn't.
it's so good. Throw it back, Dad. Anyway.
Mr. Feet. Mr. Bob A.
A
Feet.
Feet. So I don't know. Nathan, do you think is this the best unit in the game? Especially for its cost? Maybe the best unit at the early game.
I mean, I think it's probably impossible to beat early.
Yeah. It's just really good. What Boba Fett does, he's only a 3-drop, so that means that he is he could be cheated out even earlier than that, or like he's one of the first cards that you could play in the first couple turns. That uh, so what he does is he can when one of your or opponent's characters has attacked this turn, and then Boba Fett attacks it. He kind of does what Han does. His damage goes first, or his attack goes through first, and then he can just get rid of the characters. And he get a bonus when he's attacking as well.
Yeah, so when he
Mm-hmm.
attacks, if the opponent's unit is exhausted, he
Yep.
deals 3 damage before combat damage is dealt, right? So
Yes.
if it's someone with a lot of health, like maybe a Sabine that's exhausted, he'll end up dealing 6 to her total
Yeah.
and just taking 2 back.
And yeah. It's just good stuff. Just good stuff. Wait, is it like Han or is it not like Han? He just does extra damage. His damage doesn't go through first, does it?
Well, the 3 goes through before combat damage.
Gotcha. So he could get rid of them uh, before they even get to combat damage, right?
Yeah, so if he's
Yeah.
attacking like a battlefield marine, which is
Yep.
a 3/3, he'll
Bye
kill
bye.
it and take nothing
Yeah.
back,
Yes.
which is pretty nuts.
Yes. I just don't think there's anything that can, if you can get him out early, I mean, it can keep the opponent's board pretty clear.
Yeah,
And yeah.
it's certainly it creates a challenge, especially when you think that usually they're playing No Good to Me Dead in the same deck, right?
Yes.
So you deploy
Yes.
your leader, they play No Good to Me Dead, and then they hit it for 6 with Boba.
Yes. And what a good representation of the character. That's another thing that I really dig about is it feels like Boba Fett. It feels like him firing rockets or shooting a flamethrower at you before he actually gets to you with his blaster. So,
I
yeah.
dig it.
Yep. I mean, good card. Not much more I could say about it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll talk about another finisher.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like Redemption, I love Reinforcement Walker. It's a 6/9 that when played and on attack, you get to look at the top card of your deck, and you can choose to either discard it to heal 3 damage from your base, or you can draw it. And I find this card to be absolutely amazing.
It should be Imperial, but I get why it's not.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I wish it was Imperial because it misses out on a few bonuses it could
Yes.
pick up. But usually when I get to here, kind of like with Redemption, if I'm playing green and I've played my Reinforcement Walker, usually that's game over. I love using it with Admiral Piet because then it ambushes in. And so you basically can heal 6, right? So you play it, you get the one played, then you ambush, you kill something, and then you get the on attack. So you discard 2 cards to heal 6 and kill something if you can pull that combo.
Hey, that's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It's also super hard to remove, so it makes your Overwhelming Barrage pretty stable.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, you'd be sitting on that for a little while. But I guess you could ramp to it pretty easily because it's green. So you can be playing it earlier.
I'm usually playing it in Palpatine or Iden, Krennic.
Yeah.
It's not as good in Tarkin.
No. But Tarkin can't pump it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun one. I like that we have a good smattering of some uncommons in here, too. It's not just all legendaries.
Yeah, and I think it's funny that I'm talking mostly about the early game and you're talking about the late game. As you can see what our styles of play.
I'll shake it up, but let's go back to you.
It's my boy. Speaking of, he's my favorite leader, and who knew that? Who knew? I didn't know going in that he'd be my guy, but that's my guy. So my guy is Grand Moff Tarkin. He's my favorite leader to play. What he does on the opposite side is you can pay 1 resource, and he can put a 1/1 counter on an Imperial unit. And I like that. I like that he can make one guy seem like he can make Gary the Stormtrooper seem like he's Darth Vader, and I like being able to do that early game where I playing lots of like Death Star Stormtrooper, Seasoned Shore Trooper, the trying to think what the Cell Block Guard, just spreading all those out, those early Stormtroopers, and just making them 3/2s or 3/3s or 4/4s, like, and just making a problem for the opponent. And it's like everybody's so cheap with that even if you were trying to power the dark side and stuff, it's just hard to keep your head above water with it. And then on the flip side, he is a 2/7, which decent stats. I wish he did a little bit more damage, but I understand it's Grand Moff Tarkin. But 7 health is pretty dang good. That can keep you alive for a couple turns, and on attack, he can still give the +1/+1 to an Imperial unit. So, yeah,
he's fun. Are you almost always playing him red, or do you play him blue or green ever?
I mostly do red. I'm just waiting to see because we have not seen very many Imperial units for Shadows of the Galaxy. Is it called Shadows of the Galaxy? Is that what the next set's called?
I
Yeah,
think
we have
so.
not seen very many Imperial units. I'm hoping for a blue Imperial 1-drop or a green Imperial yeah, 1-drop, because the all we have are just troopers. We don't have ones that have Imperial that can get the bump from him. So I feel like I like having something on turn 1.
Yeah,
So yeah, I just because I want to get that rolling early.
I'm with you.
So yeah, so most of the time I do um I do play him in red, but I think that I think he's good in blue with yeah, I'm trying to think, Death Trooper, and then the Scout Bike Trooper.
Hmm.
So yes, that I think that he can pump them just as easily.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's fun. I think he probably has the most consistent, overwhelming barrages because he can build units
Yes. Mm-hmm.
quite nicely. I also think
Yes.
he's probably one of the best draft leaders.
Yeah, because what's nice about this set is that there are lots of rebels and Imperials,
Yeah,
so he can kind of affect everybody.
yeah, and I think he smooths out your draws a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you've done a perfect job crafting your deck and you have a really nice curve, maybe it's not quite as important. But in
Yeah.
draft, it's hard to do that perfectly. So if you can
Yes.
get extra value out of a resource every round,
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty sweet for that.
Yeah.
All right, I picked Ewing reinforcements. You were talking about this one earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is kind of like force throw for me. I just love the flexibility here, right? So search the top
I
10
played a
cards
ton
of
of
your
them
deck.
today.
Yeah, yeah,
I did, yes, and I fetched all kinds of different things because, again, as you just said, flexibility. That is what that card does. It gives you a pretty good opportunity of getting what you need when you need it, basically.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I think it's especially good right now in kind of that blue control heavy meta as well, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like my Boba Blue deck is great at killing one unit at every turn. It's decent at killing 2 units on a lot of turns. But when I was up against that Leia Red, he's grabbing 3 units every time with this,
Yeah.
and I can't kill all 3 of them. So then he can use Leia's ability or Rebel Assault to get quite a bit of damage in.
Yeah.
It was pretty it was pretty nasty. And I love that you can grab a Luke too if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 units, you can grab out of aspect stuff and
Yes. You could grab Han if you needed it,
yeah.
or grab Darth Vader, which is weird to think about, but it can happen, right?
Yeah, you totally could. I haven't
Yeah.
built that deck. A
Yeah.
lot of times I'm most excited about getting like a bunch of stuff plus Admiral Akbar so that I can instantly kill a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Yularen, an Admiral Akbar, and another green. 2 things. You can heal for 3, deal 3 damage to something. It's flexible and it's fun.
Nice flexibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you just mentioned this. This is, in my opinion, the coolest card in the game. Yeah.
Good.
So if you've done everything right, what this does is it gives a unit +2/+2, and then it then can spread its damage across your opponent's board. So the idea is that you use like Tarkin to keep giving 1/1 counters to stuff, and then get them up to like 8 seems to be a kind of a nice round number of getting. I don't know. It always seems like it's 8 to me. That
Okay.
like by turn 5, don't you feel like, or no? Like around turn 5 when you're supposed to play this.
Usually I'm happy to get 6 damage from this,
Okay,
but it depends on the matchup.
I gotcha. I gotcha. That today it was it's pretty awesome. A guy did it to me, and then I put traitorous on him, or treacherous, and
Okay.
I took it, and I still had the bump from
Yeah.
the +2/+2, and then I swung it back at him. So it was good. It was good. I was on cloud 9 for that part. But yes, so gives you +2/+2, lets you spread your attack across, or your damage across to their units, blows up their entire board, and then they can still attack with that +2/+2. So just really represents that imperial might, and again that make that one guy seem like hundreds of guys. So it just feels like just the Imperial Navy kind of all wrapped up into one card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you can't play it till you have 5 resources, so it's not an early game card, but
No.
it's a phenomenal, mid-game card because usually you can kill 2 units with it and
Yeah.
get an attack in, maybe kill a third.
Yeah.
But I love how good it is late game. I mean, I like the late game. I've played this
Yes.
on Devastator before to do 12 damage. It feels pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or,
Well, that'll make the
Relentless.
light leave an opponent's eyes for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
What
I
you got?
picked Inferno 4. I just always want to see this in my opening hand.
Yeah.
If I'm playing blue villain, I have 3 Inferno 4s in my deck,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you don't have a great plan to ramp for maybe your second turn or something like that, the fact that this lets you look at the top 2 cards of your deck and choose if you want to keep them on top or put them on bottom is very fun. I've had it used once against me that I looked at the top 2 cards of my deck. I kept them both there, and then my opponent played Vigilance and milled them. Oh, well, you can't win them all.
It's true. It's true.
It's a 2/3 that gets to do it when played and when defeated is just sweet.
It's nice too, like kind of as you said, where it's like you can kind of plan ahead and stuff, and it's nice to be able to look at your look to see what's coming.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For sure. All right,
And-
we plan to do some honorable mentions here.
yes,
So
yes,
not quite our top 5, but
yeah.
what's yours?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what exactly this guy is called. He's a snowtrooper. What is he called? I'm sorry, I can't see.
Trooper Lieutenant.
Yeah, a snowtrooper lieutenant. I'm sorry. For some reason, all I could think of was like Imperial snowtrooper. I'm like, I know he has something else. All right, snowtrooper lieutenant. What I like about this guy is all about action economy. He can make another guy attack as soon as he drops to the board. And what I was talking about with my Tarkin Red, I love playing a stormtrooper first turn. Then I like pumping him up. Then my turn 2 playing this guy and swinging for 5. It's good stuff. And
Sweet.
yes, and so with Unlimited being an action-based game where it's going back and forth, anytime you can get that action economy where like you're saving time doing stuff, because oh my gosh, so much today where I'm like, I got a game plan. This is going to work. Somehow they throw it off just on the where I'm like, okay, I just wish I had one more turn. This guy eliminates that where it's like he turns 2 things into 1 basically.
I love it. I'm super happy to see this guy in my top 10 cards if I'm playing Darth Vader as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because also with Unlimited, you can pick the order things happen in, so it could get crazy. Like if you're throwing lots of these guys out.
Yeah, we were just playing a fun game, but I was playing Palpatine Green, and Vader. I played Vader, ambush to kill something, found this guy in a TIE fighter, and used him to make a Gladiator Star Destroyer attack and killed basically 2 things in 1 action, and I got initiative.
There you go. See, I was gonna say that like you're living the dream.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
I
love it. And the Rebellion has the same side. They have the Fleet Lieutenant. It does the same thing. So any kind of guys that with the action economy, I love it.
Yeah.
What's your honorable mention?
Mine was Aiden.
It's my girl.
I think she's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a little less useful right now, but she's still amazing.
Takedown scary.
Takedown scary, but part of what I like about Aiden is you don't really need her leader side all that much. Just or her unit side, just her leader side, the ability to heal 1 pretty much every turn is good in short games, and it's good in long games.
Yeah.
And if they play takedown, whatever, I got rid of the card.
Yeah.
I think some people don't like her because of that, but I think she's super fun. And
she's in my Twin Sons deck.
What are you running her with?
I run her with Tarkin because Tarkin can pump her.
Nice.
And he's comes out on turn 5, she comes out on turn 6. It's just a nice flow.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you have it. Those are our favorite cards out of set 1 to play with right now. So we'll wrap up a few things, and I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I saved a pack. So I'm gonna open a pack and see what I get.
Okay.
While you tell me what you're looking forward to or what you're working on right now.
Well, I think I'm trying to since I like to play aggro, I'm trying new things. So again today I tried the Luke Blue. So I'm just looking forward to like at the next locals, I'm just gonna play something completely different. My buddy brought a bunch of different decks today, and so what did you get? I saw, was that Energy Conversion Lab?
Yeah, and a foil echo-based defender. Not the best pack, but that's
okay. Hey, people like that Energy Conversion Lab.
It's good. I have a few of them.
Okay, well, I'm sure you have a few of a lot of cards.
That's
so
fair.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
All right.
But I wouldn't mind trying Yellow Boba. So we'll see. I don't know.
He's fun. I've been playing him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
For me right now, it's that Palp Green deck that I was playing earlier that I'm trying to solve. I think it's quite fun, and there are a few cards in the next set that will make it even a little bit stronger.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk next set cards with you, because there's been a few that have jumped out at me that I'm just like, ooh, this will be fun. This will be good. So, but I think that we will have plenty more to talk about. What was did you get a hyperspace or anything like that?
No hyperspace. Well, actually, there was a hyperspace common base.
Oh,
yeah.
Boo.
City.
Okay. All right.
Can't win them all.
No, that's okay.
Are you going to Gen Con?
I'm not 100%. We will see.
Okay.
Are you going to go to Gen Con?
No, today was event sign up, and I was on the fence and decided not to go for it, and it sounded like all the unlimited events filled up pretty quickly. I don't know if it was 5 minutes or 40 minutes or what, but yeah, it's popular. So hopefully they'll be next year.
I was going to say, I'm sure that they will make it bigger, and I think they're realizing more and more that how popular this game actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. One. Yes, it's great. It's one of the best games I've ever played.
So, I'm with you. I'm amazed at how good the meta is just out of one set. It's evolving, and I think most decks are playable. There's one or two that maybe aren't great, but I played 6 games against IG88 Red yesterday and lost all 6 of them.
Wow, and that's kind of crazy to think about because he's considered to be like the worst.
Yeah, he and Jin, I think, are probably the 2 that nobody plays. And I was pretty impressed with it, to be honest.
Gotcha. Who were you? Was that just at locals?
I had a friend over. We were just playing here in the man cave.
Gotcha.
And it was fun.
Okay. Right on.
Any final thoughts for today, buddy?
I mean, I'm excited for the future. I can't wait to talk more Star Wars with you. I, again, really appreciate you having me on your show. It's very kind of you. That's basically it. I think it's neat that at the top of the show you showed that picture. It's cool that we're still doing our thing, and we're finding ways to still do our thing, even though that we're on different sides of the country.
Yeah. That's part of what I love about Star Wars is it brings me together with my best friends. So love it for that.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for joining me, and thank you to anybody watching. Feel free to drop in some comments and let us know what you would like covered.
Let us know your favorite cards too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Good idea.
Right
on.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. This has been Tactical Advantage, where every view gives you a +2/+2. Take care.